Hello there everybody, it's Tigitar here, and welcome back to another Terraria video. We're gonna be on the hardcore today, another hardcore episode, and the reason I'm starting in the menu is because there's a special announcement in the world here. So, I was playing a bit between episodes, as I mentioned, to try to get Hermes boots, so I extended our elevator all the way down. I have access to the underworld now, although I didn't do any exploring there. And then I did some caving around the area. I found a handful more gold chests, but no Hermes boots. And so I actually ended up taking this minecart track into the desert and then doing some exploring in here. It was a bit dangerous, but eventually, I think it was this house up here, I did manage to find some Dune Rider boots. And they're menacing too, so we finally got a form of Hermes boots, which is pretty awesome. And as I finished that up, I got back to base and was organizing things, and then I got the message that the goblins were approaching. So we have to basically make it up to the surface to meet these goblins that just arrived. And I'm trying to see what we have to combat them. We have our tendon bow, and we have 280 Jester's arrows, which actually might be enough. We have our ruby staff, which will be helpful, but we don't have much mana still, so it won't be all that helpful. And we have our Star Fury. So between all that, we should be able to take care of these guys. I might have to do a little bit of setup though once we get up here. If I could set up a box or something to keep us safe, that would probably help. And it looks like we are close enough to the surface to spawn these goblins. And it looks like it's just becoming daytime, so that's actually quite nice. The main issue is, of course, the goblin archers. Those are the guys who always get me the worst. Let's see, I think I'm going to switch out to some Jester's arrows and put them to work. Jester's arrows are so good against goblins. Just shred the entire wave of them here. I'm gonna try to group them up here to be as efficient as I can with our Jester's arrows. Here we go. This is pretty good. So it's looking like we're not having too much trouble here. The ruby staff actually doesn't really have that much penetration. It only hits, what, 2 enemies by the looks of it? So it's not actually as great as I kind of thought it would be. Man, good thing the goblins don't have Jester's arrows. That would be super OP. That'd be kind of cool if there was an enemy who could, like, pick up your arrows and use them against you. I guess there are like the corrupt hallowed and crimson mimics, and of course a handful of other enemies can deflect projectiles back at the player. So that's kind of similar, I suppose. Now that I've picked up some of these spiky balls, these can actually be useful also. Speaking of using somebody's own weapons against them, we're allowed to do this, but not them. Spiky balls might be what we use against the Eater of Worlds, actually. Once we get the Tinkerer, we can just buy a bunch of spiky balls from him, and they're pretty effective against the Eater of Worlds. Oh, and looks like we got the invasion all taken care of, so that's good. That was actually easier than I kind of expected. I was worried that I was going to have to try to set up a little safe box to do it in, but we did not need it at all. Okay, and I'm trying to think of what else we need from up here. It's still hilarious how we've basically explored none of the surface. Oh, and looking at it, we do not have corruption, we have crimson. So my talk about the prospective Eater of Worlds is complete baloney, because we will not be fighting him. At least not right now. We might later on, we'll have to see. With the Brain of Cthulhu next, we actually might be getting pretty close to being able to take that guy on. In fact, we might have just enough Jester's arrows left over to hopefully deal with the creepers. And of course I can make 20 more with one more star that we have. We could at least give it a go and see how it goes. We even have some iron skin potions here. And I think I'm going to use a heart reach for this one. We actually have a handful of those, so that's kind of nice. But they'll be effective for picking up the hearts dropped by the creepers. I believe anyway, that's the idea. Okay, these 4 potions should be more than enough. I'm going to put our Spelunker potions and mining potion in here just in case we need them, and that way I can quick buff without drinking them. I think I'm gonna make 10 more Jester's arrows. Oh, it was 10 arrows, not 20 with the star. My bad. We're almost up to a platinum. That's pretty good. And now I have to remember, did we smash 2 hearts or just 1? Shoot, I can't remember for sure. I think we may have smashed 2 hearts already. It's also pretty nice that our base is like right next to the crimson. That's going to be pretty handy. Hopefully it's not close enough to where if we have to bail and go back home, the brain will follow us. I think it's far enough away, but that could be pretty bad if that happened. Yeah, this is like the easiest Crimson access ever for us. This heart over here is completely exposed as well from the natural cave that cuts through the whole thing. Okay, so as always, I'm just gonna light it up and throw some platforms down, and then we'll be good to go. I think I might have to grab a heart lantern from home still. Probably want one of those accompanied by a campfire, and then that should be about all we need, really. We got 20 extra life crystals on this world. That's kind of crazy. As always, my Brain of Cthulhu arenas are always so beautiful. Just a gorgeous sight to behold. Oh, you know what? We used the rotted fork for a while on this character, didn't we? So yeah, we did smash 2. I'm almost certain about that. I'm almost certain we did 2 of them. So this should summon him if I blow that up. Yes, indeed. Okay, drink the potions and wait for him to get up here. Where are all the creepers? Okay, they're coming up from down below. Alright, we need to get them grouped up, and that spider that's kind of guarding him is my biggest worry right now. Okay, I'm just gonna switch to the Jester's arrows. Okay, the spider's out of here, good. Now we need the Jester's arrows to take out the creepers. Where are they all? Are they all right there? Oh wow, they were all stacked up right on top of each other there. Oh, hold on. Hold on. He silenced us. So far, I'm kind of doing a lot worse than I usually do against this guy. Holy cow. The whip on our summoner run actually was super nice against all the creepers because it kept them at bay really easy. Oh, you know what I can also be doing is using the shield dash a little bit. Oh, and it looks like there's a life crystal nearby on our analyzer. I didn't notice that before. Dang, these spiders are being really annoying. Okay, I might have to recall here, because the spiders will kill us. Yeah, I'm gonna have to recall, but we got plenty of hearts there to fill in. And we got some tissue samples as well. Oh, wait. Is he attacking us or is he leaving? Oh, oh, okay, I know what happened. So, we didn't go far enough away to despawn him, but we went out of the Crimson, which made him run away. So if you leave the Crimson biome, he'll despawn by running away. So that's what happened there. Okay, that didn't go too well. That did not go too well, but it could have gone worse. And we have, I believe, enough tissue samples. We could at least do some stuff with that. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and make the Deathbringer Pickaxe. Unfortunately, it's broken, but luckily, broken doesn't actually affect the speed, so it's not actually that bad, really. We can go ahead and just mine Hellstone now that we got our Deathbringer Pickaxe. We even have an Ancient Chisel, so it'll go super fast. We have mining potions as well. The only thing that we're gonna need is an Obsidian Skin Potion. And I did grab one Fire Blossom from the underworld as I poked my head in there when we got down, when I finished digging the elevator. We have just enough for one Obsidian Skin Potion, which should be enough to get all the Hellstone we need, honestly. We have a mining potion plus the Ancient Chisel, so we will have super fast mining speed. So I think we just do that right now. We can just upgrade to full Molten, and then we will easily be able to smash the Brain of Cthulhu. I'm almost positive about that. If I can't beat the Brain of Cthulhu with full Molten armor, then I'm a big noob. I just realized, speaking of being a big noob, I'm sitting here using a Lucky Horseshoe with our fledgling wings. Although the Lucky Horseshoe is lucky, or is menacing, so maybe that's the reason. I don't remember if I was doing that on purpose or not. We could have been at least using a warding obsidian skull, which is probably better early on in the game. Okay, and I also need to remember to pick ourselves up a Hellforge while we're down here. We will definitely need one of those. Let's just grab one from this house. We got a Hellforge. Honestly, I don't really need anything else. I'm just gonna come down to the bottom of the house here and probably start mining. So I just need to decide what I want to switch out our Ancient Chisel for, and it's probably going to be the Cloud in a Bottle, while we do this. Just have to watch out for bone serpents. They can be annoying, as well as the fire imps, of course. Oh, you know, the other thing I forget about, now that we defeated the goblins, we can find the Goblin Tinkerer somewhere. Get those reforges going. Looks like we're up to over 300 hellstone. Oh man, there's our first fire imp. Took him a while to show up. Okay, and I didn't have a good angle to block his little fireball. Maybe he'll teleport in here now. Here we go. Get this guy out of here. I'm not actually sure exactly how much hellstone is required for all the armor and equipment and everything, but I feel like it's 400 to 500 at least, and that's not counting the DCU. If you count the drill containment unit, it probably takes maybe even over 600 to 700 range, but as long as we can make the armor and the weapons and a pickaxe, I guess for now, I'm gonna be happy. I blasted a bit of obsidian with bombs, but I don't know if we'll have quite enough for everything that we need, but we'll have to see. Okay, and let's call this good and get back home. 552 on the hellstone ore, or hellstone itself. I always want to call it hellstone ore. Oh wow, we actually have 300 obsidian here. Yeah, I did not realize that I picked that much of it up. We'll have more than enough for everything we need. Molten Fury, yes. Intimidating is fine for now. A Fiery Greatsword will be a nice upgrade to the Star Fury, although it didn't get a good modifier. We need a Molten Pickaxe, and there we go. Finally, a good modifier. That's good, actually, because this is probably one of the ones that we'll have for the longest periods of time, too. That's awesome. Upgrade the axe / hammer. I'll go with an imp staff. We can actually have a summon to help us out a little bit. And then the armor. And it looks like I will actually need to craft a few more bars. There's also the lava-proof bug net. Alright, get our armor swapped out. Now we have 36 defense before we even drink our iron skin potion. Of course, we also have this warding obsidian skull on now. And I think I'm gonna take the robot hat off just because the molten armor does look pretty cool. So we'll rock that for just a bit here. I think I'm gonna skip the heart reach this time. We should be more than powerful enough. It looks like there are actually 5 more hearts here. So we almost have enough for 2 more summons, but hopefully we'll only need 1. Let's drink the potions and head up here. Wow, there are a bunch of spiders waiting to greet us. Dang. A whole bunch of spiders, actually. Let me up to my platforms. Okay, here we go. Let's take out the spiders once again and see if we can get most of the creepers dealt with our few remaining Jester's arrows here. We got a lot of them, it looks like, so far. Honestly, maybe I should just use the greatsword. With the molten armor, we're up to 40 defense with our iron skin potion rolling. So it's kind of crazy. Like, it almost feels like we're playing normal mode temporarily here. We're at like this crazy power spike. Okay, that's the last of our Jester's arrows. Now it's the classic flaming. Take out the last couple of creepers and we'll finish the job. Okay, here we go. Pew pew, Mr. Brain. Even gets a couple of shield bashes in on him, maybe. Alright, he's going down. Honestly, so we have full molten and molten fury right now, and of course we're pretty overpowered for this fight. Like we're scaled past the Brain of Cthulhu normally, but it still felt about comparable to our whip setup that we have on Summoner. Honestly, like that setup seems really, really powerful. Okay, so there's the brain done. And I guess next up on the list would be Skeletron. Although, it might be worth trying to pick up the Goblin Tinkerer before we do that. We actually have some pretty nice accessories on. Our fledgling wings are actually the only thing that don't have a modifier right now. That's pretty good. Like, lucky, lucky, warding, menacing, warding. That's crazy good. But I think I might have to drop our lucky cloud in a bottle for the Brain of Confusion. Let's just jump down our elevator and try to find the Tinkerer. I never did ride across this little section of the minecart track, and there's a life crystal right there next to it in the open. Oh, here we go. Mr. Goblin. We got Sarks. I'll just replace the merchant with him for right now. Since it's nighttime, he should just move in there. Now the only issue is going to be talking to him behind the merchant. Can we find a spot where we can talk to Sarks, please? Edmund, you're in the way. Oh wait, maybe I can... What if I move the merchant over here? Ah, there we go. That did it. Cool. So we can get our workshop and our rocket boots. We need those. Let's do a little bit of reforging. I think I'm gonna reforge the fiery greatsword. Let's go with superior. I'm fine with that. We could probably get a little bit better on the molten fury, which also isn't too expensive to reforge. Our pickaxe is already great, and let's reforge our fledgling wings too. It still surprises me how cheap these things are to reforge. Lucky, okay. Let's stick with lucky and have that crit chance. And our brain of confusion. Oh, sweet, a meteorite landed. Cool. Now that'd be another option to go for, actually, to take Skeletron out, but with our molten armor and our molten fury, I think it'll be more than enough. So far, it's costing a lot of money. Okay, there's a rewarding one. Let's go with that. I think I'm just gonna stay with the guarding Spectre boots because we'll be switching them out to, of course, the lightning and then Frostpark boots eventually, most likely. At least the lightning boots, once we get an anklet of the wind. They should do the job quite nicely against Skeletron, of course. And I think that might be the next thing that I do. We could actually explore the surface of the world. And the other thing that we really need to do is set up some pylons. We have 0 pylons set up. And so that's definitely something that's gonna need to be done. While I was exploring for floating islands, I actually did manage to catch a quick glimpse that the snow biome's over there, which means the dungeon is gonna be this way too. Oh, and while we're out here, Fallen Stars will be quite nice to pick up as well, since we still are struggling in that department quite heavily. We got the sunflower that couldn't quite hold down the fort. It tried though. It stood its ground on this hill, but the crimson snuck its way underneath it. It's so weird that this is the first time that we've actually explored the surface of this world. Okay, here's the dungeon right here. So the desert's actually pretty close to it, so we could do either one, really. I'm feeling kind of like just using the desert pylon here. You know what? If we build the houses right here on the center, we can use either pylon. We can use the forest pylon if we put it over here, or if we place it over here, we can use the desert pylon, no problem. So maybe that's the thing to do. Oh man, it's gonna be so beautiful. All right, let's see if it works. Oh, you know, I probably should have built one of them over here. In fact, I might just build a third room. That way we can buy the actual desert pylon here as well if we want to. You know, I'm also kind of wondering, is our base even low enough to get the cavern pylon? Caitlin, no. Actually, that's okay because now she'll respawn hopefully during the day. And she'll be at this spot. So actually, you're underwater there. You okay, buddy? Hopefully we can get those guys to respawn. Anyway, while those guys are doing that, I'm gonna put up a little platform here for Skeletron fighting. Oh, there went Darius too. How sad. Man, this arena is gonna be just as beautiful as our new houses. Okay, there's the nurse. And good, she did move up top here. The only thing I didn't bring is another heart lantern, but I'm hoping that as soon as it becomes nighttime, we can set our pylon up. Oh shoot, it's King Slime. Oh no, surprise encounter, and he's cornering us in the dungeon. This isn't allowed. Good thing we have full molten and everything, so hopefully we should be able to take him out. I'm gonna blast him with our staff a little bit. Okay, there. Haha, we got him with a quick turnaround maneuver. Now he's the one stuck in the dungeon. Not for long though. He's out of there. He's back onto us. Oh man, it's gonna be a close fight. Can King Slime spawn on you during nighttime? And if so, can he spawn on you during the Skeletron fight? Because that would be kind of funny. Wow, this is gonna be the first time since I can remember fighting King Slime without a slime rain. Like, for the first time at least. Like, it's almost always from slime rain early on in the game. But, not this time. It's just a surprise attack. Looks like we're not the ones being surprised by this attack this time. I would advise not spawning on someone with full molten armor next time, Mr. King Slime. Haha! Another relic to add to our base. Nice! Oh, dang it. We didn't get the slimy saddle. Oh, you know what? I don't have a gun on me, so the arms dealer won't actually move in. You know what? I'm going to have to go back to base and pick up a gun / ammo so that the arms dealer will move back in. All right, another relic to go down here. Cool. I'll just head back up to the surface and make another trek across the world. So it looks like it's already actually well into nighttime, so I'm gonna have to make really good time here. Oh, shoot. You know, the other thing is I don't have that many arrows. Dang it, man. Well, you know what I could actually do? If we have enough time, I could just mine some stone real quick. It wouldn't take that much stone to get plenty of arrows to take on Skeletron. Here's some. Okay, just a little bit should actually give us enough arrows. And then we have only half the night left, but we may as well give it a shot. And oh yeah, we got a heart lantern too. Okay, let's see if we can do this. If I can aim well enough to kill his hands, then we should be pretty free. But it's gonna be a race, kind of. We do have pretty dang good gear, so I'm gonna be a bit reckless at first here, just to try to get as much damage down as I can. Okay, so far so good. The Molten Fury plus occasional dashing, plus our Fire Imp actually, is doing pretty good damage. We need to get these hands out of here so we can get to taking on his head. Okay, I shouldn't have just sat in him. That's not what I want to do. Now I can't be as reckless as I was. Dang it. That was a big mistake. I got caught up by his skull there. Can't let that happen again. Oh, speaking of that, I almost dashed into it. Okay, the hands are almost out here. I got hit by his head again, but only once, so we're okay. His hands are almost gone, and then we should be good. So actually, I think we do have enough damage to finish it. Oh man, that star was close to hitting him. Okay, both hands are down. Now I just have to not die to his skull. And it's looking like, oh my gosh, we got a star hit too. Okay, we got this no problem now. Dude, that was hilarious. That did like a quarter of his health, I think. Oh, that's so cool. I think that's the first time that a star has actually hit his actual skull. That's crazy. Get a couple of dashes in as well. Okay, yeah, this is no problem. Man, the Shield of Cthulhu is just so OP against Skeletron, it seems like. Alrighty, he's getting down there now. Oh man, that star was actually pretty close as well. That would have been hilarious if we got 2 star hits. It would have just wiped him out. So it looks like, honestly, it was less than a quarter of the night that it took us to get this guy, right? Here we go. Sweet, we got him. Awesome, and we got the possessed skull too. Nice, I do like that little pet. It's pretty awesome. We got a book of skulls and a violent bone glove. Cool. Now that we can get down the dungeon, maybe we could find the mechanic real quick and use her and the Goblin Tinkerer to get some of our pylons set up here. We can at least use her to get wiring to set up our spawn teleporter, so that would be quite good. I guess let's just jump into it and see what happens here. Oh, sweet. Alchemy table right away here. A dart trap. Get rid of that guy. And a bewitching table, too. Usually when I skip the first chest because I don't have the gold key, it ends up being the one chest with some item that I really need in it. And looks like we got Krypton moss over here. Cool. Oh, sweet. There's a dungeon slime over here, so that's going to be our first gold key. And I'm trying to... Oh, I lied. It's not our first gold key. One of these guys happened to drop one right before. I was just thinking about how funny it would be if that happened. Okay, here's going to be our first gold chest that we open. And it's got a cobalt shield in it. Cool. Not bad at all. I think I'm still going to want probably a handgun in order to take on the wall of flesh. Okay, where are the gold chests? Also the mechanic. I need the mechanic. Oh, here we go. Speaking of both of them, we got him right here. Well, looky here, a mythical Aqua Scepter. Cool. I said I was just gonna quickly come down here for the mechanic, but I'm kind of stuck down here now. A blue moon, alright. Looking forward to picking ourselves up a nice void bag before too long. Of course, for that we'll have to take a trip into the jungle because we haven't been there yet at all. We'll need some spores for the void bag / vault. I'm gonna remember to pick up our gold keys now this time and not leave them in the piggy bank. Magic missile in here and the Muramasa. Okay, nice. We needed one of those. Let's see. Okay, here's another chest up here and a normal chest. Okay, there's the crimson chest down there. Cool. Another magic missile. Okay, at this point, I think all I'm looking for is a handgun. We have this gold chest right at the start there. I'm betting that that's where a handgun is. It looks like we've used up our gold key supply, so we're... Oh, well, there's one right there. We're in need of some more. Oh, sweet, here's the desert chest. Wow, it's got its own little room here. That's kind of funny, actually. Okay, we got a funny looking D there. I think that's a D. Accidentally drank a potion there because I fat fingered the button. One thing I like to do to get through here faster is grapple hook as I dig with smart cursor. Look at this, it's a dart trap with a switch. I bet you could fire the dart trap with that. Let's see. Yep. Oh, what? We fired another dart trap. What? We got bamboozled. So the light switch is hooked up, but it also passes through the dart trap here, which meets up with a second dart trap on the opposite side of the room. That's pretty funny, actually. Oh, that's hilarious. I've not seen that before. It's like, pull the switch. And then shoot yourself anyway because there's a second dart that flies across the other side of the room. That is funny. No more messing around with you dart traps. You've lost your privileges. Let's see what's down here. Oh, look, cream soda. Thanks, Mr. Cursed Skull. Another shield, okay. J for jungle over here. Kind of a J. Is that a J or did I draw it backwards? I don't even know. I think the J goes the other way, doesn't it? Oh well. I'll know what it is. I don't even know how to write the alphabet. I'm educated. Another Aqua Scepter. An annoying one as well. And an extra annoying one, being as it's not a handgun. Okay, it's another Muramasa. Dang it. Oops, and I just opened the bestiary. Totally meant to do that. Oh, here's a danger sense potion. Actually, I'm going to drink that so that we can see the cracked dungeon bricks. Anytime now, Mr. Handgun. I'm still thinking about that first chest that we couldn't open. I'm almost certain that that's going to be the handgun now. Wow, 2 big traps in a row here. Wow, with the frozen chest right in between them. That's funny, actually. Oh, it's the ice chest, not the frozen chest. I'm an absolute noob. I should have known that because I always make an I here, not an F. Oh, wow, the hallowed chest is right next to it, too. Oh, here we go. There we go. We got a handgun right here. So, I believe that's all we need. We have all the biome chests located and marked out. Grab an extra gold key for the road and head back. How much, It's 10 bars for the Phoenix Blaster. Okay. I wonder how hard this is going to be to reforge. A Ruthless... The Ruthless isn't bad. I don't know. We're pretty much out of money now. I think I'm just going to stay Ruthless then. And maybe we can change it later. But those were some relatively poor reforges, actually. I'm a bit surprised about that. Well, I think I'm going to have a bunch of organizing to do. We got our new loadout set up here, though. I guess we can invade the jungle next, fight Queen Bee, get our pylons all set up, but a bunch of kind of small things running around the world, so I'm not too concerned about it. It should be pretty easy, especially now that we're full molten. So it should be a pretty smooth ride from here until the Wall of Flesh. Really, it's just going to be a lot of prep work. With that, I think I'm going to call this episode here. Check out the Discord if you're interested. There's a link in the description. The song of the episode for today is So Ready by Goose. It's actually a song that just came out a couple weeks ago, and it's a pretty neat song, so check that out if you'd like to. Thank you guys very, very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have an outstanding rest of your day.